Hi, I'm Doug Sargent. I'm 50 years old, and I've been seeing Robert for about the last 9 months. I had started a workout routine and ended up having some pain and was introduced to Robert through my training. I guess, I had hurt my arm. My forearm was hurting, and I tried a lot of different options. I saw the doctor, I saw more of a physical therapist, and my arm wasn't really getting better. So probably a bit of, okay, is anything going to work? I'd never tried this. I really didn't even know the difference between this and physical therapy. But it ended up working out great for me. Yeah, and it's case two, later on we ended up bringing my daughter as well, and she had the same thing. She had a sprained wrist. They put, a brace on it, wasn't really getting better, and, Robert was able to fix her wrist very quickly. Similarly, she ended up having really tight quads at one point, and it was impacting her knee, and the doctors all thought, there's a knee issue, and it really was just tight muscles, and so it ended up really saving money in the long run and solving the problem faster.
Awesome.
So mostly it was just weightlifting and working out at the gym. My forearm had gotten really, really tight, and so it did hurt all the time. It wasn't debilitating, but it did hurt all the time, but it did prevent me from doing pull-ups and dips and rows and a lot of the arm work that I wanted to start doing. It hurt pretty much constantly,
okay,
but it wasn't painful enough to be totally debilitating, but again, enough that I went to a doctor and I went to a physical therapist, and I was wearing a brace, but did not, I could still work, I could still do things, but it was a constant nag. It was, the wrist certainly kept her out of soccer, and she still missed some time because it was a bit sprained, but I think the time was cut in half. So she's a goalie, and that's how she hurt her wrist. So she missed practice and she missed playing in games for, I think we were originally told 6 weeks, and I think she was back in 3 or 4. And quite honestly, after the first treatment, her wrist felt 100 times better. On the quads, it wasn't so much that she was missing, but we were buying all sorts of tapes and stuff to kind of move stretching around, which was costing money, and that wasn't solving the problem. It was kind of masking the issue, and so she could still play, but she played a little bit sore. And, but it got better doing exactly what she said, or what Rob of the I don't remember what the tape's called, but no more expensive tapes. She is rolling it out. We did buy a little massage bar to roll it out, which she doesn't particularly like, but it gets the muscle.
Job done, yeah. How long did you actually wait?
At least 6 months. Yeah.
Wow, so you waited 6 months before you actually came in?
Yeah. And part of that was going to the doctor, and I was going to physical therapists, and I was kind of getting a little bit like, okay, nobody knows how to solve this, and just I'm going to have to deal with it and just not do the lifting. Constant pain went away right away, or after 2 or 3 sessions, maybe it was 4 sessions. So the pain went away. I will say that I didn't, I had tried to continue to lift with the pull-ups and such, and I was continuing to have a problem, which again, I waited probably another 3 months before I came in, which is the session I just finished. And after 2 sessions, I'm totally pain-free now. I did pull-ups yesterday, did dips, did rows. I'm back to normal without any pain. My daughter, since I had such good results with Robert, we, for the sprained wrist, we went to the doctor first because that's just kind of what's built in. So maybe it was, but I think within a week we called Robert, and he came over to our house, in fact, and worked on her wrist, and she had it working, and it felt 100 times better immediately. But he told us don't use it because it's still weak. And I think after the second session, he kind of pushed it out, and she was pretty much back to normal. On her thighs, 1 session, again, came to our house, showed her how to roll it out, and we rolled it out and did that and he basically said by the weekend, 3 or 4 days of rolling it out, everything was fine and haven't had a problem since. I mean, what I would say is, I came in for one thing, solved that, but we identified some other weaknesses. And actually, I'd forgotten, when I came in for the arm, what I ended up also finding out is I was having a lot of difficulties with my lower back on doing squats. And, I hadn't really, connected the dots. But what we found is my glutes and my hamstrings were not activating. So we started working with my trainer to build up my glutes and squats, and I went from squatting 135, having back issues, to squatting 255 with no back issues at all.
Oh,
And
wow. So let me ask you this one last question, Doug. What would you tell anybody that would be skeptical about coming to see me or getting a therapeutic sports massage?
yeah, I mean, I think the way I think about that question is, I've always kind of been brought up, first of all, doctors solve all problems. And what I've come to realize is, they're going to give you medicine. They're not really going to treat the problem in a lot of cases. I think the next thing most people recommend are physical therapists. And to me, the physical therapist, they did light stretching and some exercises to strengthen areas. But, that wasn't really solving the problem either, because there's, what I've found is how amazing it can be with your muscles getting tight, and how easy it is, and how weak your muscles can get. And nobody else even mentioned those kind of concepts. And pushing through and kind of grinding, and it was amazing when Robert would push the I don't know what it's called, but the little bars into my I could feel the graininess in the muscle, and then as it smooths out, it doesn't hurt when he's doing it at all, and then all of a sudden it's better. And so it's a realization that there's kind of that deep muscle massage just transforms how you can do everything. I mean, going from a 135 squat to 255 to I can even feel my lower back pain's gone. When I sit a lot at work, I don't have those pains. And now that I'm exercising more and doing those things, it's actually hard to sit for long periods of time, because my legs are like, okay, you got to get up and move. So, which is helping me in many different ways beyond just the muscles and initial issues that I had. I mean, I think, Robert's a great guy too. I mean, I guess the second answer to the last question was just how friendly he is, and nice and easygoing, laughs, is good conversationalist as we're going through things, and helps getting through each one of those sessions